Hello everybody, Mr. Haskins here, and today we are going to draw trees. It's fall and the leaves are beginning to fall from the tree, so I thought it'd be a good time to go over how to draw a realistic tree. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do an outline. I'll show you guys how you can use color and things if you want to after, if you have that at home. You can maybe do sunsets, we can maybe even do silhouettes with our tree shapes that we make. So what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to try to draw kind of the outline of the tree. One thing I want you to notice about my line here is it's super wavy. A lot of things in nature, most things, are curved in their shape. They're nothing's straight lines in nature. Usually man-made things, things that are made by people, buildings, machinery, those are straight up and down, straight across. Things that grow in nature usually have a kind of a curve to them. So, got a curved line here. I'm going to make another curved line. But that's going to be my tree trunk here. So my tree trunk is going to be wide at the bottom, and it's going to get smaller as it goes out. I'm going to retrace this so you guys can see a little bit better. You can come down here and put kind of like some kind of triangle shapes, kind of do some roots. So first thing I want you to kind of remember with your trees is that we're going to use kind of curvy, wavy lines. The other thing is every branch that you add on your tree, I'm going to add two right here, is going to add another branch onto it. So let me show you. So they're going to kind of split off. Here's a branch, so I make a smaller branch coming off of that branch. I added a branch there, so I add another one. Added a branch, and then I added another one. And eventually they're going to get so small that they're just going to be lines. But I kind of keep using that technique for every branch that I have. I kind of splinter one, kind of coming off of that. And it'll kind of let your tree kind of grow and fill up your page pretty organically, pretty even. Just kind of like it's going to keep growing and growing. Every time you add a branch, you add a smaller one on there. Still kind of keeping with the idea that none of my lines are perfectly straight. And I can just kind of use this to kind of fill up my page here. Every time I make a branch, I make a smaller branch. Till my lines are kind of so small that they kind of go unnoticed there, so that they're ending. Every time I add a branch, I add another smaller branch to it. Here's a branch. Find that out. Every time I just add another little branch coming off. My lines are kind of crooked or they're wavy. They're also getting smaller. You know, you want this part of your tree to be the widest because it's the base. Every time I draw a branch, I add a smaller one. This is something my dad actually taught me how to do. His advice was that when you really look at a tree, it almost seems like they're never ending. The branches kind of just keep going and kind of overlapping and kind of coming out. See how kind of it's starting to look like a real tree based off of those two things. Keeping my lines a little crooked, a little wavy, and by letting my branches split off into sections smaller and smaller as they go out. Okay, So you can kind of see there with the tree, like if you want to add some tree bark to your tree, you can kind of go in. What I'm doing is kind of echoing this shape here that I made in the outline. You can kind of loop around. Things that are neat to do with your trees, you can kind of add like knots in the holes, kind of like doing some circles and then kind of wrapping your lines around that. You can do things like make a scene around your picture. I'll show you some student examples in our video of students that have kind of made other fall scenes using the tree. Other things we've kind of added to our background, you might kind of add some weeds growing around the tree. If you have a really big branch, you might be able to kind of come down, do a circle, kind of add a tire swing into your scene. You could do things like maybe do a few lines here. Again, nothing super straight unless it's kind of made by humans. Just not really straight. So kind of giving those a little bit of curve. Maybe if I wanted to put a house back here, then I could use some straight lines. My lines are a lot straighter here. You could do things, maybe even add like a barbed wire fence maybe in your picture. Make sure you can see here. Just kind of do some rectangles. And for the fence itself, I'm going to try to draw, and I'm going to be like twisting my marker as I go. That's going to kind of give me, it's going to make me lose control of the marker a little bit. It's going to make my lines kind of wavier, go up and down. Then I can kind of go in here and add a couple little barbs to those. Can even go back in just like our tree trunk, add some lines there. Now we're talking about it being fall and being times when the leaves fall off the trees. If you want to do some leaves in your picture, you could. I always kind of do like this teardrop kind of shape for the leaf, and then you can put some veins on your leaf. That shape again is just kind of round on one end and pointy on the other. You could do some that are kind of maybe off the tree, kind of blowing in the wind, or maybe you do could do like a pile of leaves that somebody's raked up. Now with if you have crayons or markers or colored pencils at home, or even if you have paint, you might be able to do this. I'll show you some examples of my students here at school this week that are coloring theirs in. They're kind of going from the top down to the bottom, purple, red, orange, and yellow, kind of for a sunset effect if you want to color those in. But I hope you guys have fun with this, kind of make some realistic looking trees, and let me know if you have any questions. You can email me at chaskins@bobcats.org. I'll be posting some videos from our class on our social media, our Instagram, our TikTok, but also just here on our Google Classroom if you want to see what some of the other students have made. And if you want to be a part of those videos, please send in your drawings. Don't forget to put your name on them. I think that's everything for this week. If you guys have any questions, just please let me know. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.